Drew Olson, Billy Schmidt, Armin Sarian bringing it to you from headquarters. And oh, baby, this is a special day. This is the day that the Huddle goes international.
Long distance, baby.
As we welcome back to the program our returning champion, the Sorority Sports Report with Kappa Kate Sutton, usually emanating from Madison. Today it's from Milan. Kate.
Hi, guys.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. It's 1 o'clock here, and it's actually the first sunny day we've had in a very long time, so it's exciting.
Oh, my goodness.
Man, that's not right.
Day 7 of the Milan Cortina Olympics. Kate, what have you done so far? We're all so jealous. We've been watching and wondering what it's like to be in the belly of the beast for an event like this. What is it like?
Oh, it's insane. I already knew coming here that I'd be meeting a bunch of people from around the world. But I mean, when you're coming here and starting off strong during the Olympics, I am just surrounded by everyone's repping their country. I know exactly like what language to try to speak to someone to. Most of the time, though, they just start speaking to me in English. I don't really blend in at all here. But it's super cool. I mean, there's lights everywhere. They have so many pop-up stores that I've definitely gone into a few of those, and I think I'm going to go again today and maybe buy another hat or something.
That is just so wild. So what events have you been to so far?
So I went to the opening ceremony. So there was this deal where you could do a 2-for-1 ticket if you are a student, or actually I think it was under the age of 26. So instead of paying $260, I only paid $130 to go. So my friends and I went as a large group. It was so much fun. We went to a pub beforehand, went in there. And while we were in there too, it's just the Coronas are everywhere because that's their main sponsor. So that was super fun. And then after that, I went to the women's U.S. hockey game when they played Switzerland. And that was amazing to watch because we shut them out 5-0. And I mean, all the 6 players from Madison, I mean, that's just such a cool connection that we have, at least to the school. So that was the most exciting game I think I've been to. And then I just got back from Cortina because I had a friend from high school who actually competed in luge yesterday. He broke the track record and was the first American to ever place in number 1 in luge in any race ever. He ended up in 6th, but his first run, he was in first place. It was that was the most exciting event. And honestly, I'm mourning it today. That's why I'm wearing all black. I'm like, oh, I was
That's great.
Yeah.
It was pre-gaming for the opening ceremonies.
The right way to go.
Yeah, you can get behind that.
Well, that's the thing. Kate, Armin's been trying to sell me on going in 2028 to LA. And I'm like, I'm going to be completely honest. I think I'm going to find a lot of other things to do. But now you've just sold me on the energy. So opening ceremonies, we think and we see on television, seems like there might just be a lot of people walking around. But that was maybe one of the more electric times for the opening ceremonies because of the festivities prior to and the squad that you guys were able to roll through with. I love that.
Yes, like we had to make it as fun as we could because again, this is also the first widespread Olympics ever. So that's why it's Milan Cortina. So we're sitting there and there's the lady in silver. So every time they're calling out the country, you're supposed to walk out and all these athletes are supposed to follow. Except most countries had no athletes following them. So we're sitting in the building in Milan and we're like, where the heck are all the athletes? Well, the majority of them are in Cortina. So then you can see certain countries, if you have more people competing in the arenas, they were here in Milan. If they were in the Alps, that's where they were. So, I mean, it was still super fun to watch. But my friend Marcus, who was there, he said the Cortina opening ceremony was super fun for him because it was way more intimate. We're in an arena in Milan, so we were just high up. Thankfully, my seats were great, so I got to like watch him go out of the tunnel and everything. But back in Cortina, they were giving high fives to everyone on the street, stuff like that. Just so like you got to hang out with the athletes.
But Billy, if I may, here you're wondering about the pageantry of is it a TV event or is it something you can enjoy in person? Dude, we were just at the NFL draft, which is a guy in a suit reading names at a podium.
Right. Yes.
And we enjoyed that.
Well, no, that's the thing. That's why I'm like, if I'm going to go to something, the ceremony might be the last thing because that feels like the least.
That's right.
But the luge being the most entertaining might be my favorite part.
It is interesting that they had the second ceremony. Sorry, Kate, because it's sort of like it's like the spring training MLB thing. It's like they're more accessible. It's a smaller environment. Yeah. You know, sometimes it's a great experience to do that. It's like the summer school graduation. You know, you had the graduation, not the main event, but they graduate for the summer school kids, you know.
Leave it to Armin.
But people forget that there were 2 like that. That's an interesting tidbit.
So yeah, Kate, here you when most people go abroad, they get to know their town maybe for the first weekend or 2, and then they hit the U-Rail and they start traveling around. There's no reason for you to leave right now.
No, I mean, I will say we've been doing some day trips. So my friends and I, we did do like late Saturday night through all Sunday. We went to Florence, so we got to explore that for a bit.
Mhm.
That is so much different than Milan, I will say, because I feel like it's the places that a lot of students tend to go to is Barcelona, Florence, and Rome. So when we go to Florence, there's literally a study abroad bar. There were shots labeled for each of the colleges. In University of Wisconsin, I had it. I can't even remember what it was. It wasn't a very good shot, which was a little disappointing. I'm like, we're the drinking state. You guys got to represent us better. But it was, the whole Florence was still super fun. I believe on Sunday, my friends and I are planning on going to Bologna or Madonna, one of the two. But we're trying to take some day trips. But exactly, we're here. We're exploring. We're trying to like, there's so many fun events that are happening now. What's the reason to leave? Everyone's going to us. We don't have to go to them.
You're at the center of the universe right now. We're all watching every day. We're watching stuff that's happening by you. So Billy was asking, first of all, how good is the food? Because you go from being, you don't live in university housing anymore, so you don't have like the dorm food anymore, but you're eating ramen noodles like a college student. And now you go overseas. And that's one of the things I've been floored by when I travel is how good the food is. How good is the food in Milan?
Unreal, to the point where my bank account is sort of taking a hit. I don't know how I'm gonna.
Don't worry, Mom's watching. She's gonna help out. She already said. She already said she's gonna replenish.
I'm already starting to hit the point where I'm be like, hey, Mom and Dad, like my savings are gone because it's been 2 weeks. And I mean, I also want to go to as many Olympic events as I can while I have the opportunity to. So even now, like I'm wondering if I should just pay the money and try and go to the USA women's gold game to try and buy it because have high hopes that USA will make it there. So I mean, you're paying for that on top of the fact that I'm trying to try every restaurant around me. The pasta's incredible, the pizza's unreal, and what's super fun is, I mean, at least in my area, I did find a place that gives you a whole pizza for only €6. So
there's deals, deal. And they get down with the multiple courses. You know, when you go there, you don't just sit there. And you had the first, the pasta course, the second course. I know it's an experience, man. It's pretty awesome though.
Have we hit any of the gelato spots? Is that it become a nightly occurrence as well?
I wish honestly, that's been the joke so far. We've been eating so much pizza and pasta that we haven't really had a lot of gelato yet. But I did go to Venice because on my way to Cortina, it was actually cheaper for me to go to Venice. I had some place, if you ever go to Suso Gelato. It was probably the best ice cream I've ever had in my entire life. But I mean, that's kind of expected. We're in Italy. But yeah, no, honestly, the major the problem that I've been having is the fact that everyone eats so late here.
It's very late.
Restaurants are closed until 7 p.m. So when you're out partying as late as most students are, because I mean, my university here has like set up student events that go until like 2-3 in the morning. So it's one of those things where all of a sudden you're waking up late, then you want to eat, and all the restaurants are now closed after lunch. Then there's that awkward break, and then they don't open until dinner.
Man, this is awesome.
That
sounds just like the best time. Having a whole squad out there as well.
So much FOMO. Kate Sutton joining us, Kappa Kate, the sorority sports report, live from Milan, where she's studying abroad. Now, let's get the studying abroad part in because we know your parents might be listening to the program.
Doing classwork.
Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, you have class. You're taking 3 classes, and you have basically weekends free, which is a veteran move. Great work.
So here's something new. I'm in an exchange program. So I'm going to an Italian university. So in America, the very norm is that you're in the same classroom, you have the same schedule, that should be set. I just came, actually, that's why I had to do a 1 o'clock, is because I just came from a 3-hour lecture that started at 8:30 a.m. and ended at noon today because he moved it from Monday to Friday just for this week. So I have to check my schedule every week to see if my professors will change things around. So I did go, I did make it, barely, and I kind of fell asleep in the middle of it because it was family business strategies, and I mean, I can only listen to that for so long, but I mean, I'm going.
That's your fault for making it 3.5 hours. In all reality, though, Kate, you get more credit for actually going. The professor changes the date. I can't change that. Yeah. I'm sorry. I'm locked in. I had an appointment with the couch. I'm sorry. Like I can't cancel that one.
You had to watch biathlon and cross country skiing.
I was going to sleep in.
I can't. cancel on that appointment on myself.
Too much
Self-help
going
is the
on.
most important
Yeah,
one.
there's short track.
Oh,
on
of course,
it.
this is the one with the hardest attendance too. The second, there's like an app that essentially you have to use here that you check in. Every single class, that's how you record attendance. Most of my classes, thankfully, 3 out of the 4 say, if you can't make it, you can't make it. We understand you're exchange students. Try to come. Like, you have to at least come to 75%, but
Wow.
if you get it, we
nice.
get it. However, the professor this morning for the 3-hour 8:30 lecture, he's my only professor that will go through and double check that people that have checked in on the app are actually in person. And there were 6 kids that just checked in hoping he wouldn't notice. And now they're going to be sent to the dean to have to like, talk
Busted.
about attendance.
Can you imagine going to the dean in Italy, man?
Oh, I know.
I can because I would have done that. I can't tell you how many times I'm thinking of definitely already trying to check it and see if he would.
My heart stopped because that was my plan too. I was like, if I can't make it, I'll just press the check-in and hope for the best.
Some of you got confused by the language or something. Though, always. Is it just me or is that a little redundant though? You check it on the app to see that you're in class, but it's like then they're checking in the class. I'm like, isn't that redundant?
That's exactly what we thought. All the students are looking at each other as we're watching the names get written down. We're like, what's this guy's problem? Like, it's a Friday morning. Like, we have to get I don't know.
Yeah,
But it's
like, come on, man.
I don't like this guy already.
Yeah.
I don't like this guy.
Doesn't he know bobsleds on? Like, come on.
This guy at all.
Doesn't he know that I just came from Cortina? Like, I need to sleep.
Yeah. Think about the people. Think about the people, Professor. Come on.
That's right.
Seriously.
So, what is it like, Kate, to attend a luge event? Because none of us have ever seen that sport live. Like, where do you position yourself to get any view at all? Like, it's a little bit like watching a marathon. I'm here in one spot and then I got to move to another spot. Yeah. Like, what is it like?
See, I actually would compare it to F1, how you get a spot and you only see it for like 0.5 seconds and then it's gone. So in luge, normally a lot of people, my friend Aubrey and I, she's from New Berlin as well. So we both met up there. And we actually were with Marcus's family while we were there. And we stayed with them. So where we ended up watching was actually just at the bottom of the main area, right when you walk in, and there's a big jumbotron. That's just where we all sat and watched. And the luge went right behind us. So it was the perfect spot. So we're watching them throughout the whole race, and then you can turn around for a few seconds and watch them fly by, and then they're gone again in the tunnels. So it was definitely new for me. But if I had to compare it, I would say F1. And there were some people that were up at the starting line, up like as Aubrey and I walked all the way up the mountain, all the way down. There were people lined up all against the tunnels. But I trusted the Marcus's family who have watched this consistently. Here's the best spot to watch. And they were absolutely right. There was a huge crowd. And when Marcus won, the entire place erupted because that was their first Olympic games. They beat out guys in their first run. They beat out guys that have been luging together longer than they've been alive. So it was so exciting. Truly like once in a lifetime experience.
In the studio here, we have your mom's station on WISN 12. And the morning news, they just showed a live shot of Milan for the Olympics. And they had Jason Newton, who used to work here, who's there covering for them. And it's sunny and it looks beautiful. What's it like weather-wise? How does it compare to Wisconsin? It's 45 degrees here. Billy's in shorts today.
You better believe it. Yep.
Because it's 45. What is it like there, and how cold is it? And how do you know when you're going to a luge thing? What does one wear in terms of being on a mountain and stuff? How do you adapt?
The weather was definitely different. Like Marcus's mom texted Aubrey and I, please make sure that you dress warm. She's like, please bring boots. I look in my closet. I only have high-heeled boots and I have sneakers because I packed as light as I could. So then I'm in a panic. And thankfully I went because I'm in Milan, fashion capital of the world. I just go right by the Duomo and I got some cheap $20 snow boots that were a size too big, but I just had to layer up my socks. That was the smartest thing I've ever done because it was freezing in Cortina. When you're just standing out there, I'm wearing as much as I can, but still it was a lot colder out there. Of course, you're in the mountains and around all the snow. Here, it's honestly just been very rainy. Very cloudy, very rainy. It's been consistently around 40, 45 degrees. Today is the nicest day that we've had so far. It's 60 degrees. It's sunny. I'm going to go on a walk after this. It's beautiful. I'm so excited.
It's interesting because I remember the Sochi Olympics. It was an issue because it wasn't getting cold enough for some of the events and the snow was not, staying on the mountains and things like that. So that's good to hear that at least mostly in the mountains it's been cold enough for the actual, the actual
competition.
Events. Yeah, the competition.
Yeah, the night we showed up, it actually started snowing a little bit as we were walking back up. But the next day, it all was melting. So it was very bipolar out there. It was freezing when we got there, but then it was pretty. And here's the thing: when I say warm, I think it was like 32, 33 degrees outside, but still for the snow and everything, like. People were saying, especially at the luge tournament, we wanted it to be colder because that means the ice is going to be thicker, stuff like that. So, yeah, I mean, really, the Winter Olympics, it comes down to a science because I think it was one of the Olympics actually in Cortina back in the day. Maybe that's wrong, but they had a fly-in snow. They had to have an army fly in snow to one of the Winter Olympics, and I'm just grateful for Italy that they didn't have to do that here.
Now, here's the last thing for you, Kate. As you're in the center of it and you're going to events and you're just living and breathing it because it's there, you're surrounded by the Olympics. Are you watching anything on television? Like, are you watching the Italian feed? Yeah. Are you watching like events like just while you're studying or something, or while you're at a bar? Is it on? Is it inescapable? Are you consuming it the way we are watching on TV?
I was a little shocked that there weren't more like Jumbotrons showing stuff, because here's the issue. I mean, the arena and both of the arenas, in order to get to the opening ceremony or to get to the hockey arena, you had to go an hour outside in opposite directions of the main city center. So when I went out closer to the arenas, it was everywhere. All the TVs were up, all the bars had stuff going on. In Milan, they're playing stuff, but honestly, it's been a little bit quieter. When I say quieter, I just mean like it's not like the
business as usual, right? Because it's a huge city.
Yeah, it's a huge city. So honestly, I'm also maybe not even seeing the right spots or areas. I mean, I'm surrounded by university, and I feel like a lot of the kids are enjoying themselves, but not as invested as I think a lot of other people are.
There's a lot of people that care more about fashion than the Olympics.
I was going to say,
it is the fashion
architecture all over the place.
Exactly. Oh my goodness. So if we have to ballpark, you can stereotype for us. What country the students that you've encountered are the most fun outside of us? Of course, the USA.
US wins.
Who's the most fun to hang with, to run with?
Ireland. You know, the Irish guys, they know how to drink. So we had a pub crawl for my school one night, and that's how we met them all. And that was one heck of a night, because they're talking in their thick Irish accents. I could barely understand what they were saying, but I couldn't stop laughing because I thought it was a joke. They're the most fun. But a lot of the friends I've made, I have a really good friend from Singapore. I have a friend from friends from Italy. I have friends from France, and I just found a new friend from Spain, actually. But a lot of other people from the U.S. just scattered, like Texas, Virginia, Washington, all that.
Was studying abroad always part of your plan, Kate? Because it seems like you've had it down to a science right out of the gates, not only from just the planning of the country and the timing of it.
The planets of
Let me tell you, it was my dream to study abroad. I honestly didn't think I'd be able to, because I mean, as a lot of people know, study abroad programs are quite expensive. So I was thinking maybe I save up, I just travel afterwards. But this exchange program I'm a part of is almost like the gateway. It's the cheat code, because if you get into the exchange programs, all you're paying is your same tuition that you would be paying to go to the University of Wisconsin instead. So great. I am all by myself out here. So I mean, it's been a little scary. I had to fill out my permit. I had to go meet with the Italian government. I had to get a tax code. I had to do everything myself, when I have a few friends that are in this IES program that get everything handed to them. But that program, again, it depends on what you're looking for and what experience that you want to have. But this exchange program really gave me that opportunity to actually come out here. And I didn't even know that the Olympics were going to be here during that time.
What a stroke of luck.
I wanted pasta, gelato, and pizza. And I go, if I'm going to study abroad, I want to go to Italy.
Hey, you
wow, what a winner.
Sounds like
I'm so jealous. Golly. Kate, keep enjoy. Take big bites. Think of Billy when you get your gelato. And we hope to get another report for you maybe at the back end of the Olympics, maybe when you go to the closing ceremonies.
That would be fun.
All right. Thanks for joining us, Kate.
Thanks, Kate.
Get out there and enjoy Milan.